Hello, this is Teresa. Do you want to learn how to save seeds from your garden? I will show you a few, just some little tools that I use. This is a colander, has little feet on it, and a pie dish. What I've done here, these are seeds that I saved from a echinacea or a coneflower. I'll show you one of the heads of those. I take the flowers and I deadhead them. Deadheading is when they start to look really dry and dead, and I pull them off and they just snap right off. I don't even have to take clippers or anything to snip them off. They're so dead, I just pop them off. I wait until these bristles get hard. If you push your finger straight on a echinacea or a coneflower such as this, it is very spiky and it hurts a little bit. So I recommend wearing gloves if you're going to be drying them. Or if you are a little more adventurous, you could just push them to the side and they just fall right off. And I just put them over here on my colander and they just come right off. And then the outer layer, all the little type of leaves that cover the seed head, they fall in the colander. And then I shake like this and the seeds fall right through. What I do is that in the summertime and the spring, I have seeds that I save, and then I get my good garden soil or soil that I've made through my compost, put in my wheelbarrow, and then I put the seeds in there and I stir it all up, and then I distribute it over the garden. Some seeds are great to plant in the fall, some are best to plant in the spring. So the echinacea and the coneflower are an example of a seed that will be excellent to plant in the fall. Some will grow again in the fall and then they'll hibernate in the winter soil and then come up next spring and next summer. So it's important to know your area, to learn about your zone, to learn about your area in regards to how much rain you get, snow, and all those different varieties of weather conditions. So for me, I live in Zone 8. I live in the Pacific Northwest in Western Washington. I can plant some seeds right now, such as the echinacea or the coneflower in the fall, and they will continue to grow in the fall, and then they will grow next spring as well. And then I'll have these beautiful flowers in the late spring and the summertime. Another flower that's great to have and to seed, to save the seeds, are the marigolds. So I have these, for instance. I've already dried quite a few, and I will show you what they look like. So here is a seed head for the marigold, and then here's the seeds. And what I do with these, I just take the end right there where the stem is, and I just go like this, and those seeds just drop right out. You can see that. And again, I like to have this over a colander. So I'll do that here with a colander. And then I take this and I'll have my pie dish underneath. And then what I'm going to be separating in the colander is this outer layer that covers the seeds. I want that to be separated. The seeds will fall right through this colander and go into the pie dish. Another good seed are great for saving are hollyhocks. So I cut all these. They're a very long, beautiful flower in the summertime and spring. This is covered with a whole layer, just a whole of all these beautiful flowers. And then the flowers turn into these seed pods. When they're green like this, I don't want to be saving those or breaking these apart. I want to leave them in these little seed pods. I wait until they get more brown, like these right here. And I wait until they get more brown. And then I just crunch those so I can show you an example. And I just crunch them and they just fall apart. So I'm going to show you. And they turn, when they're ready to be saved and crumbled apart, they tend to be a dark brown or a black. And I save everything in baskets because I want to have good airflow and I don't want anything to get rotten or moldy. And I'm always crumbling and moving them around and crunching them up. So these I will also put in my garden soil, in my wheelbarrow, and then distribute those over the garden. Some seeds you want to save and have them saved. So for instance, I want to save my nasturtium seeds. So these I've been drying, and when they've fallen on the ground, they're green. I collect them off the ground and I put them in a basket, or I put them in these garden trays and I let them dry in the summer, and I want to have just one level so that they dry. These are nasturtiums right here, and they are usually reds, oranges, and yellows, and these are the leaves. So those are excellent ideas. One of the seeds that you want to keep indoors, depending on your weather. For instance, I have a lot of rain, so sometimes I don't want to have certain bulbs sitting outdoors all year because they tend to get rotten in the soil from all the rain that we have. Bulbs need to have cold weather. Depending on the area that you live in, if it's too warm, you might want to take your bulbs and put them in your refrigerator. And you can store them in bags like this in your refrigerator or in a basket in a garden shed. But thank you, and look forward to talking with you soon, learning more about saving seeds. Teresa Marie Art and Design.